So I saw a turkey get sexually abused before it died today. This morning the line stopped and a guy got my attention and said, "Hey, look at this," and stuck his finger in the turkey's vagina. And like, you know, the birds are upside down, so he just like did this for like a good 30 seconds and would like do it and like look at it and be like, and it was, that's, you know, gross. This definitely validates every notion I had in my mind about slaughterhouses and about animal treatment.
To begin with, most people won't even work in a slaughterhouse, all right? Most normal people will not stand there and slit the throats of animals all day long. If you're decent, if you're a normal human being, you won't even do that. So you've got to find someone who's willing to go in there and do that, even though they're totally opposed to it, and do it because they know they're doing it in the best interest of the animals to stop the slitting of the throats. The number of people that are willing to do that is very small, especially when you have to add on to the fact that you're scared to death you're going to have the tar beaten out of you if you get caught, if they find your camera, and that you're going to get arrested and prosecuted, and they're going to try to throw you in jail if you're doing this, and you're going to go broke paying for the lawyers, because the animal group, you can't count on them to pay your legal bills. So you're risking everything.
We've got a problem with the investigation, the turkey investigation.
This is our new boy, right?
Yeah. We've got nothing. We have
what do you mean we have
notes.
Nothing?
We have great log notes, but
we have no video footage?
Video.
What does he say?
He says, you know, the batteries weren't charged this day.
I beg your pardon?
Someday. Yeah.
The boy either does the job or he gets out.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't have somebody in there who's just mucking about.
I know. Yeah.
He was told exactly what went into this job. It's not a picnic. It's not a walk in the park. He was told. Now, don't screw us over, because if he screws us over, he's screwing the birds over. We can't afford to just lollygag around with some young person who can't get their act together.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot depends on this. Meredith, you've got to come down on him like a ton of bricks.
Today was the first day I wore the camera, but it didn't work. I had to take a couple of days off because my hands are, my right arm was asleep for like almost 24 hours straight. Been having camera difficulties, which is endlessly frustrating. Saw a guy rip a turkey's leg off today. I want to get that on tape, you know, and I don't. And I tell them about it, and they're like, "Why didn't you get it on tape?" My arm and my wrist and my hand hurt. I feel like I kind of let people back in the office down. I let myself down. I miss home, I miss friends and my family, and I'm tired of killing tons of animals and watching people abuse the hell out of them.
I would do it myself, so I know that it's doable. It's not a superhuman task, it's just a damn difficult task. It's a nasty, dirty, filthy task, and that it is soul-wracking if you care. It takes a part of your heart and it breaks it. I've done investigations, and I know how hideous it is for you forever. Those things will always stay with you. So you have to have enormous sympathy for the investigator. Once in a blue moon, an investigator won't do their job. They will shirk. They will make excuses. And then I have no sympathy for them. You're wasting our time and our money and our effort. And worse than anything is that you're letting the animals down. Get out.
Founder of the largest animal rights organization in the world, my guest is a fighter and no stranger to controversy. Joining me now is co-founder and president of PETA, Ingrid Newkirk, and welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
People have criticized some of your methods of going about persuading, and I've been witness, actually, to seeing paint thrown on fur coats. And Oscar de la Renta, who said that he was a supporter of PETA until he got a pie in the face.
Anybody who has received a pie hasn't received it because we're not doing our homework. For example, I just told the CEO of Procter & Gamble, we won't lob a pie at him anymore. But it caused him to pick up the phone and call me personally. No other tactic, sadly, has ever caused him to do that.
And dropping a dead fish on the editor of Vogue's lunch at the Four Seasons, is that a way to get attention also?
Oh, yes, it got tons of attention. It was actually a raccoon.
Your show is beautiful, but I'm not much of a judge of fashion, but I'm a judge of ethics. And you're beautiful. Look at what you've done.
I'm doing what I can, the little bit that I can.
Yeah, you saw the mulesing footage, didn't you?
Yes, and we're not going to use wool for next season. No, we definitely won't use wool from Australia, that's for sure.
Lovely man. These are some sayings just to fortify you during your working day. If there's ever anything we can do for you, but you've done everything for the animals.
Yeah, we're gonna work with them on the next show.
All right, excellent. Lovely. Thank you. We won't keep you.
Congrats. Terrific show again. See you later. Bye. See you later. Thanks. Bye.
How was Paris?
Wonderful, wonderful. We've got so many terrific opportunities here. Here's an option in the Yves Saint Laurent store. Now, these have windows that you can really easily get into. They have backdrops here, but you could easily move them away and take over the window.
It's practically tailor-made for a protest.
Now this is a great, great target, but they have said they'll meet with us, but they've pushed the meeting back twice. It's Prada.
Oh, it's Prada.
Store in Paris.
Mr. and Mrs. Prada. We know where their workshop is.
Yeah, the thing is that they have been back in touch, have agreed to meet. Even though they've changed the date, we have to kind of give them the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, wonderful.
Even though their store does have a lot of fur this
Tons
season.
of fur.
You tell you like that one.
Well, it's kind of, it's Jean-Paul Gaultier's window. He has the ugliest store. He told us back in the 90s that he would only use fake fur, and then when the furriers pushed furs back and all that, he jumped on the bandwagon. He uses more fur than just about anybody. Now, he doesn't really even have window cases to worry about. He's just got this ugly store.
Basically, just step right into it.
Step in it, and there it is. This looks very good.
Yeah, I think it's the best bet because he's refused any meetings. He's just
a real fur pimp.
Yeah.
Jean-Paul Gaultier is celebrating his 30th year of design, and unfortunately he's getting worse and worse. He's getting crueler. I think he's like a little boy who wants to show his mummy he can be extra cruel. I really do. So I believe we have to do something to up the stakes a bit. He's very fond of his boutique off the Champs-Élysées. He has 2 windows, and we want to take over those windows. What I'm worried about is the possibility that they've got some security rent-a-goon person.
They do. I was there when it was open before, and there's a guy who stands at the door, and the door's not locked. But it could be locked.
It could be easily locked. They'd be idiots if they didn't have a system to just lock it down quickly. And I think that makes it imperative that we're inside without the press and that we're inside looking normal.
Well, the 4 of us will be arriving completely separately than Eric and Michael and the whole media
Well,
mob.
I'm not sure that's what I want to do. I would like to go in first because there is an obscene skirt. And I thought maybe because they probably have an alarm at the counter, if I could get the people to come out from the counter and talk about the skirt as if we're interested, then that would give a chance for everybody else to come in. We'll look at the window, and we'll see something, and then we'll think of going in. So we'll just go in, and hopefully we'll be let in. Bonjour.
But you guys aren't following as closely.
It's not too far behind, 30
No,
seconds tops.
You shouldn't be here now. Oh, yes. We need a little time inside. We need this